अरे पानी ना पानी
Okay, guys, let's start. So today we're doing transport role. Everyone. Hub transport role. Everyone. So today, guys, we're doing transport role. In Exchange, there are two transport roles. There is a hub transport role. There is edge transport role. We all know hub transport role is used inside the organization. Hub is used for internal email transport, whereas edge is used for external email transport. And yesterday we went through this this picture. And at the same time, we saw the submission queues as well. We had a discussion about queues, what are queues, why queues are very, very important. And then, so this is basically, again, user connects to CAS. From CAS, user connects to the mailbox. Mailbox helps, CAS helps with the authentication. User is authenticated, connected to mailbox, and user is ready to use emails. So user creates new emails. As soon as user creates new email, sends their email from their hub. The role of hub starts. So when the user sends their email, it goes. User's inbox. So user's inbox is mailbox server. In mailbox server, there is this service called Exchange Submission Service. So if this one service is down, it means that none of the emails will be taken out of mailboxes. So this service notifies Hub Transport Server. Hub Transport Server store driver picks up their email, brings it to the submission queue, and it will stay in submission queue until it is delivered to whichever location. So submission queue, either the email is destined outside or it is inside your organization. It's that simple. Now, with submission queue, this is all happening internally in the background. How much control do we have as being an Exchange admin? That's the question. So this is an automatic process that happens in emails, in mailboxes. Mails are being picked up, delivered to different locations. The question is how much control we have and how much troubleshooting we can do. So guys, the answer to this question is, that how much control do you have? Now, the level of control you have it dictates how much troubleshooting you can do. So guys, the level of control in this complete process is only in submission queue. If you see those emails sitting in submission queues, you can right-click those emails and produce NDRs for the users. If you produce NDR, yesterday we saw that, if you produce NDR for a user right from the submission queue, it means that you don't want Exchange to retry again and again to send that email. So here you can do that. Secondly, if it is blocked, submission queue is blocked, it means your complete road is blocked, 401 is blocked, and traffic is not going forward. So it's your topmost priority to somehow start that communication. Now that if this is blocked, submission queue is blocked, guys, none of the emails are going out from you. Now since this is one hub transport server, if in your company there are 40 Exchange servers throughout Canada, then all of the hubs have their own submission queues. So then the next thing you need to find out which city is not able to send out. Maybe it's not your city, maybe it's another city. So you need to log into that other hub transport server and see the queues. So queue is not only in one place, queue is everywhere, wherever. So it's like a Canada Post where all emails are sent, and from here submission queue mails will be either delivered outside. This is your internet facing side, and this is your internal. This is internet, this is internal. Now, if in any case queue is blocked, it's not sending it's not sending emails out, and it's not about receiving. queue does not have any receiving information. Queue has only sending information. So in this case, either you need to fix the internet for the mails that are not going out, or either you need to fix the local submission. Yes.
So if we need to see a submission, you will always check it under transport role, right?
Yes.
Not any other file.
Yes. No, hold on. It was under EMC. It is under EMC. The queue is under EMC. But then your question is right. Your question is right because you have different queues on different servers. If I have 7 hub transport server, I have 7 queues. So then you need to connect to that city's hub transport server, check the queue, see if there are any emails sitting in that queue. You need to fix them. Now this is my Exchange server. Let's look at that queue again one more time. So let's go into toolbox. Within the toolbox there is a queue viewer. Within this queue viewer, so guys, everybody open queue viewer. It takes few moments until it connects to queue and show you all the queues. So I do have this queue here, and it says one tab is queues, the other tab is messages. If you don't see anything in queues, actually for now it's just loading. It should show you one queue with 0 messages. So here it connects, and I can see my mailbox servers. I can see my cache server. Here we are talking about hub transport server under organization. Hub transport server under organization has all these tabs here. Under organization, hub transport server has all these tabs. Main purpose. Which one? Is it?
I can't see any. I can't read anything.
Blurry. It's very blurry. So open your own machines. Log into your own EMC. I think there is problem with this bulb because we just bought it and it's, I don't know, maybe it's not the good one. Huh? Sorry?
No, but that's the queue?
No, it is not the queue. This is EMC. Yeah. Queue is this one.
Yeah, I have that.
So you have this open?
Yes.
Do you see anything here? Submissions?
Yes, just 0.
So,
0. There's nothing in the queue.
No, it's 0, but it's a submission queue, right? On this side, it's written it's submission.
Yeah.
So this is a submission queue. So whenever you send emails out, emails stop here before being delivered to the next location. Now here I have, so that's about queue. We saw that yesterday. Now at any point in time when somebody complains of sending email and other parties are not receiving it, so you should go back to your queue and see if their emails are sitting in your queue. If you have nothing in your queue, then you can tell them that it is already sent to their Exchange system. They should check their own system. Now right here within Hub Transport Server, guys, we have few things here. There is a remote admin. So if you can look at your own EMC, if this is blurry, you have your remote admin, your accepted domains. Remote domains, accepted domain, email address policies, transport rules, general rules, send connector, ESH subscription, and global settings. Now, many of the things here, they are automatically set up, but few things we must understand as being an Exchange admin. Now, in Hub Transport Server, guys, Hub Transport Server, number one, it's a role. Number one, it's a role. It's a separate role. It's used for transportation of emails, number one. And number two is that it does some very important functions. It's the hub transport server that has the queues that is responsible for delivery of emails for different destinations. Now in hub transport server, let's look at remote domain. Remote domain. Double click on this default policy on a remote domain. Now this remote domain option, so remote domain.
What if the default thing is not there?
Hmm?
What if the default policy?
It's loading. It's loading. You need to wait. So default domain. Now in remote domain's main function is to handle out of office responses. That's the main thing it does. It handles out of office responses. Now what is out of office responses? Out of office responses is when people are on vacation and they set their mailbox to automatically reply back with some dates, some schedules. So this is the configuration in Exchange that handles it. It has three configurations here, and by default it says allow external out of office messages only, allow external out of office message legacy out of office messages, and the third option is allow internal out of office messages legacy out of office messages. Now main idea, if you don't, so allow none mean if people set up their out of office responses, it won't work. But in environments, this is just to kind of control the amount of traffic. This is just to control the amount of traffic. Do you know where we are? Yeah. So here we are in default. So this handles only out of office responses. We'll keep this to default.
So default is allow external out of office messages only.
Yes. So default is that allow external out of office messages only. If you receive an email from somebody and you're not in your office, so your response will be sent back to them automatically. So we don't change it. This is based on company's policy. And if you have some legacy clients, not Outlook 2010, 2003, then you can select other options as well.
But if it's this is set to allow none, then if I'm out of office, will I know that the administrator has set up this option? And
you won't know it.
I won't know.
And users won't know, but nobody is receiving out of office responses. So if some people are complaining, we have out of office response and it's not working, this is the setting where you need to check.
Email will be delivered.
Email will be delivered?
Yeah.
Mailbox.
Yes, for sure. You will receive an email, but from your side, no automatic.
But the sender will not know that.
Sender won't know that why you're not replying. Guys, the next option is very, very important, and that is known as accepted domains. Accepted domains. Accepted domains are domains from which your company is ready to receive email, is accept email. So it is those domains for which your organization, your exchange, ready to accept It's very simple. Accepted domains. This is the option where you would configure that for which organization your Exchange server will accept emails, and which organizations you would reject emails. So in this accepted domain, at the moment, you have only one which is your default, and that is your own. If you remove this, if this is removed from, and this can be removed. If this is removed, then you won't be able to accept your own emails. Then when you send email, so everybody in your organization when sending emails internally, you are able to receive because your exchange system is accepting that domain. Now, accepted domain, see the word domain, it just says that from this domain, canvas.pri, you will receive email. Let's say you want to receive email from yahoo.com. So you can create another domain for yahoo.com, then gmail.com, then hotmail.com, and so on and on and on and on. You can do that. But guys, what we can do what we can do instead of writing, creating domains for all those domains, what we do when we create an accepted domain, we use asterisk. We use asterisk sign, which means that whoever is sending you emails, you will receive it. They are all accepted. So in very short terms, one liner for accepted domain, just remember the word, it's logical to remember. Accepted domain. Who from which domains your exchange is ready to receive email. So at this point, your exchange will not receive emails from anywhere other than your canvas.pri. That's it. Yes.
So you know how we have that other domain with the exchange server on it?
So we need to create an accepted domain for this. Good remembering. So we need to create. So as soon as you create that other organization, which means we need to create an accepted domain, because otherwise you won't be able to receive any emails. Your system, they will be able to send it to you, but as soon as they reach your organization, hub transport server, because this is a hub configuration, they say, oh, I don't know this, and the users from the other domain will receive a NDR saying your email was rejected. If it says email was rejected because the exchange organization is not accepting it. Yes.
So, if we were to, if I was to create a new accepted domain, do I just put star? That's it. It's like a wild
Yes.
card.
I'm going to show you that. Yes.
Just
Do it.
okay.
So just start.
Just star. That's like so.
Star means whoever is sending, it's not will accept it.
Okay. But usually, isn't it like star and then you put something in the middle?
You can put that as well. You can put that as well. For example, star.gmail.com or star.starmail. So if you write like this, starmail.com, it means that any word that has any domain that has the word mail in it, accept emails from there. So with star plus anything or just star means any whoever is sending. Guys, there are three types of accepted domains. You can register three types of accepted domain. And guys, right click on this and create a new accepted domain on this. So right click, create a new accepted domain. Now, while you're creating it, keep that in mind that we are trying to allow some emails to be accepted in our domain. So now, as soon as you do, there is one called authoritative domain, there is internal relay, there is external relay. So authoritative, first one. Authoritative domain, guys, mostly authoritative domain is your own domain. Is basically the domain that you own is authoritative domain. So by default, you have only one authoritative domain. You can create more authoritative domain if you have more domains in one forest. But mostly authoritative, just remember from the word is the authority. You're the authority for that domain. You're the owner for that domain. So mostly authoritative domain refers to your own domain. So this is why in this background, if you see, this is authoritative domain. Canvas.pri, your authority, and you can decide whatever you want for this domain. Now, then there is internal relay and external relay. So, own, we can say this is own domain. Your own domain refers to your own domain. Now, second one is internal relay and external relay. Internal relay and external relay. Guys, internal relay and external relay, it's better to explain through a diagram. So internal relay and external relay is something. Internal relay is this. So this is an email. This is an email that is sent to your organization and your hub transport server, or let's say the email is coming from internet. So this is your internet, and in this case, email comes here, then it reaches the ET, Edge Transport Server. From Edge Transport Server, it is sent inside your organization to the Hub Transport Server, and Hub Transport Server sends it to the proper mailbox. And from the proper mailbox, you have a CAS here, and this is a user who receives that email, connects here and connects here. This is normally, and normal email would come here. So this email was sent to canapps.pri. It was sent to canapps.pri. Mails came to internet. From here, it is received by ET. From here, from ET, it goes to Hub Transport Server. Hub Transport Server knows it needs to deliver it here on this and from it. Is this understandable?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a normal email. Now, in this case, guys,
So after mailbox, it goes to CAS.
no, this is your connection to mailbox, but basically your mail is stopped here. Your mail is here, reached into your mailbox, but for user to access that email, must connect from here to here, right? So mail stopped here, and this is your connection to this. Yes.
So since it's internal relay, why is this all going to Edge Transport Server?
It's coming through the.
Okay, for now it's not internal relay. I still have to make that. Yes. So here, guys, this is known as authoritative domain. Now, authoritative is that you receive. So this name is you're the authority. So it is received by your ET, because you're the authority, and then it is received here. It sends here. Now, what is internal relay? Internal relay is, guys, another exchange within your organization. Internal relay, another exchange. Now, this other exchange does not have ET. They don't have internet-facing site. All they have is their own hub, and their own mailbox, and their own users. So their own CAS and their own users. And the name of this domain is, let's say it is wint.pri. So their emails are all wint.pri. So in this case, what we do is we will accept emails for wint.pri on this ET. So we'll create an internal relay on ET here, and internal relay will say, okay, accept emails for wint.pri. But as soon as that email comes, this email will be sent to this hub. This is known as internal relay. So you received it, and the email was relayed to the other. This is called internal relay. Yes.
What was it?
Okay. So here, email was received for canapps.pri. Canapps.pri is your authoritative domain. It received it. It sent it to hub. From hub, it sent to mailbox. From mailbox, it reached here. So as long as
So that's internal relay.
no, this is called authoritative domain. But internal relay is this red portion. This is internal relay. In internal relay, what happens? You can receive emails for other domains, other names. So before you were receiving emails just for canapps.pri, but now you are receiving emails for wint.pri as well. You configured your ET to receive both type of emails. When you configure your ET to receive both type of emails, then as soon as it reaches ET, it says, okay, where do I send it? Should I send it here, or should we send it to the other hub? So what it does, we can have it right here. Actually, it can be right here, or it can be right here. Let's make it from there so that it's more. So internal relay is here. So for all the wint.pri, this is wint.pri. All wint.pri will be sent to this hub. This is internal relay. And all canapps.pri is sent to this way. This is your real domain. And this is internal. You are receiving it, but you are forwarding it to the other domains. That's called internal relay. Now, you can think of this as This is Kenneth's location. But let's see, my neighbor, he does not have a mailbox. So what he can do, I can receive all his email in my unit. Then I'll pick up those emails. I'll pick up his mail and would personally go to their unit and just deliver. This is called internal relay. I received his email and I'm just giving it to him.
But they
That is
have,
called internal relay.
Their organization does have a exchange server and a hub transfer and mailbox.
Yes.
So what's the reason? Just that because they don't have
Yes. So
You-
guys, first of all, is this understandable? Internal relays you receive for both of them. You keep your own and deliver their emails to them. So now the next question, what is the reason why they don't have it? Maybe because this is your own organization. This is another name that your organization is using, but you don't want to open another internet connection for them. You just want to have full control of all those emails. So they're all checked here, they're all stamped here, and then you would send it inside. This is one reason. That's your other organization. Now, if this would have been a second company, this is your own company, so you're receiving for both of them. Guys, if you would have, let's say you have another company here, your partner company. So this is your other company. They have their own hub. They have their own hub and their own mailbox and their own CAS and their own users. Now, in this case, they might have ET as well. They have ET as well. But still, this organization, or maybe that's your partner organization, they don't want to receive email directly here. So in this case, let's say this organization name is, what is the organization name? Rogers.pri. In this case, you will still receive emails for them, but then at this point, you would receive emails, you won't take it to your ET, you will redirect directly to their ET. Directly ET to ET.
So what's the requirement for both cases?
Requirement?
And this one is the Wint.pi, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we configure it, what are the things we have to consider before we...
Okay, hold on. Let's stop here. Let's first understand this, then I'll show you what is required. It's not many different requirements. It's the same exchange system. But let's understand external relay. Do you understand internal relay, everyone?
Yes.
I'll take your question. Let me complete this so that we can understand, and then I'll take your question. Guys, internal relay is that you are receiving that email and it is inside. This one does not have any connection to outside. External relay is they do have a connection. They can have an internet connection. So you can kind of redirect all their emails directly to their ET, which is connected to internet, or directly to their ET directly without internet as well. So this is called external relay. Now this is the case. So internal relay was, I received a mail for my neighbor, I took it and I gave it to him. But guys, the external relays, I received the email, I received their mail, and then instead of this other person is sitting in London, so I cannot go and manually. So what I did, I again went to the Canada Post and then forward their emails to them. This is called external relay, where I cannot manually deliver it. I'm saying, okay, whenever I receive this, so send it to that other ET. It's not for me, it's for him. Guys, it's the same service that Canada Post offered for $60. For example, you move from one home to another, you can just pay $60 for 6 months, and your emails would come to your old address, but they'll be automatically directed to your new address. This is called external relay. Because you're going from outside, directly from Canada Post to Canada Post. You are not responsible for their email. In this, you completely receive it, you check them, and everything here, you're not checking anything. As soon as you saw the word Rogers.pri, you automatically redirected them to the other ET, and now other ET is responsible. But your question is, when it is required? Why is it required? Because this might be your partner organization. You just want to have control of their emails. Yes.
So,
Oh, yes. But, sorry.
so at the first place, why would we get even Rogers.pr email and all?
Because it's your partner company.
No, but they have their own separate domain, right?
So
So
this
it
is,
should directly go there.
it should directly go there, but it's your partner company, and this is just another option. It's not absolutely that you must do it, but it's an option that you can use it. You can use it. Now, in some cases, you just want to have control. You just want to see that what are they receiving, and you just want to forward it to them. Or maybe it's that case they moved from this domain to another domain. You're just receiving it and temporarily sending it to them.
So if the mail is coming from internet, how would they know that they have to go to?
Just by name, because all emails will be Zahir@Rogers.pri. As soon as they see the domain name, they would see, oh, I have an external relay for this, and it would automatically forward it to them.
No, but how would it get to our ATs?
Yes, that's a good question. So here, I'm gonna put it right here, MX record. So I'll come back to this question. Your question?
So for external relay, the other domain has to have the edge transport.
Yes, 100%, and it is connected to internet. Because this is external. So basically, external relay is right from internet to internet and is going here. This is the real external relay. But you can have your internal network as well and send it to your ET as well.
So is that configuration for internal or external relay done on the edge transport server or done on the internet?
It's done on edge transport server. It's done on edge transport server, but it can be done on hub if edge is not available. Same configuration for hub.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly.
So guys, again, here remember, this is all about accepted domain, which email you are ready to accept. So first was authoritative, that your own, you received it, you delivered it. And then internal relay, you're receiving emails for your own, another exchange organization within your company. So you are delivering it. And this is your partner company where you received it, but you're redirecting it to the other one, external relay.
So this is really you're like creating a pointer for that company.
Excellent. Yes. Just like a stub zone. In DNS, you just receive it and just send it. You're not doing anything. You're not doing name resolutions.
So if you want to have more control on the emails, like let's say you want to check all the emails, then you should have internal relay configured here.
You can do that. You can do that, but yes, it's a very good question, guys. If you want to have more control, can you go with this and not this? Guys, in this case, since this is for when this is sitting in your own network. Let's say 8200 Dixie, Rogers compound, it's 5,000 people sitting there. In that one compound, they have maybe 2 or 3 domains. For their finance top secret, they have their other exchange server organization. But this is like you receiving it here, and this is sitting in Montreal or maybe in New York. So in New York, it's not possible to do internal relay. For New York, it has to go through over again ISPs and then deliver to New York. So this is an option when it is used when it is remote locations.
That should be the same company or
Same.
sister company.
It could be same company, it could be partner companies, it could be anything. Guys, just understand this reason, this example. This is accepted domain, and this configuration exists right here within your accepted domain. So basically, you're saying in my organization, first of all, I am ready to receive my own emails first. And secondly, I'm saying that I'll create, so let's create an internal relay for win.pri just to have understanding. So let's say I have another organization. So this is my main kenneth.pri, and this is my win.pri, which we need to do a project today. So this is my win.pri, and in win.pri, as you can see right here, I have win.pri server right here. This is my win.pri exchange, and this is all my CanApps exchange. So this is one server, and as you can see right here, if I go inside EMC, and I'll go into hub settings and show you the accepted domain in Win. So both have their own accepted domains. So basically, this hub is configured with the accepted domain of Win. this one, this one. This is configured with this. So basically, all emails that are being sent between win.pri, that are working because this hub is accepting emails for its own internal domain. Now let's look at this. Now while it loads, let's check. Let's create a internal relay for win.pri. All we need to do, right click here. So everyone can do it, guys. Regardless of if win.pri is ready or not, everyone can create. All you need to do, go into hub, go here and say new accepted domain. This is you're saying that in my CANAPS address, now I'll be receiving emails for that other address as well. Now in this, I'm going to say Wint. Now this is just a name. You can say Wint.pri, the domain, or maybe the complete name Wint Trainings or that. But here you need to have the right domain name. So in this case, it just says Wint.pri. This is the domain name, Wint.pri. Yes.
I'm not getting that option. You under server configuration and hub transport, right?
Organization
configuration.
So here, and here I'm going to select internal relay. Just select the second option. Then it will be for everything. Then it will work for Win.pri, but it will work for then everything. You can just say star, simple star, or you can just name them as a. For now, we need to have just one for Win.pri. So here, just new. As you can see, it's very, very simple and done. So all you did, you created an internal relay, and now your domain is ready to accept emails from there. So this is just saying, okay, if any email is routed to me, I'll accept it. And from there, it will be sent to win.pri. Yes. Yes, it says false, that this is not your default domain. This is not your default. You can make it a default domain, but your default domain is your authoritative domain. Now, let's create another one for external. And that will be rogers.com. Yes.
Sorry, so I just found it. So under name, you put your domain's name, and under accepted domain, you put win.pri.
Exactly. Under accepted domain, you put in the real domain name.
Win.pri.
Whereas under the name, you can put anything. So here in this, I'm going to say this is for Rogers. Let's say Rogers Incorporation. And the domains I'm accepting emails for is rogers.com. Rogers Incorporation, and the domains I'm accepting is, so here I'm going to say external relay. So next one is external. So here I said Rogers, and here Rogers.com. This is just Rogers.com. Now within Rogers.com, this is external relay. Now this is setup. So now, guys, on domain level, on exchange organization level, your exchange is ready to accept for both of these domains. It will be accepting emails for win.pri. It will be accepting emails for rogers.pri, but then it would handle them differently. Here, it would handle them internally, and here it will handle them externally to send to another. Now, your question was, what was your question? How to set that up?
Yeah, actually, my question was, you said you're going to take the mail to a neighbor, right?
Yes.
But for that, you will have a good relation with it, right? That's a requirement.
Yes, so that's the difference between humans and computers.
No,
Computers have no emotions. You just set it up and they start working.
My question was, what's the requirement for this one?
Yes.
Right? And another question, like, as we and Rogers,
Hmm?
we have to make some configuration on Rogers and or
Yes.
Yes, we do
Yes.
some, but here all you need to do is just create accepted domain. Yes, we do need to do some configuration. We need to create send connectors from there. So send connector is actually the next option.
No, because if you don't do that, then how is the mail
Then
going
it
to
won't send it.
It won't send it here.
Yes. So guys, here, let's understand here. Now, here, this is your internal domain, your authoritative domain, in accepted domain. This is internal relay. This is external relay. External relay is just that you would directly send over the internet saying, oh, this is not for me, this is for this guy. But then there is still one question. I mean, why are they not receiving it directly here? Why they send it to you? Guys, they are sending it to you because you are the owner of this, or of all three organizations. Let's put it this simple. So you are owner of this. You are owner of this. And why are you owner of this? Because guys, you started this company. Let's say you started this company, kind of start this company, and then you bought this company as well. So this company was sitting in the same city, let's say in the same plaza, and instead of connecting it from outside, you just dedicatedly connected for that company. So it's your next door neighbor. And then you bought this third company as well. Now third company was automatically working, and they were all receiving their emails right from here. They were all receiving their email right. But then you said, no, since I am the owner, I'm going to redirect this to my domain. So that first I receive it, then after scanning, I would send it here. Now, then your question is that here we were saying that no control. But guys, if you want, you can have control. For example, what type of control you can have? You first of all, you receive, before they were directly sent here, right? Now this email will be sent here to this domain, this ET, and then in this ET there are something called transport rules and general rules. Transport rules and general rules. In transport rule and general rules, you can set up that every copy of all emails that are sent to these domains, every copy, send it to me as well and then forward it to them. You can have that type of control over there in your ET. But to make it very simple, your question was, why external email? Because you bought it and you want to receive all their emails first to you and then forward it to them.
So we can monitor the email.
You can monitor the email, you can control their email, you can control their marketing, finance, and everything through emails.
You can read the email.
Yes, you're getting a copy. In transport rule, in a moment, once we reach in transport rule, we are going to create rules here. So we can say all their emails that are being sent to rogers.pri, send a copy to me as well, and then forward it to them.
But still in that
But if you don't receive it, you cannot have such rules, right? Because you don't have that. If the emails are directly delivered to them, you cannot get a copy.
if you're getting a copy, you have a control on that copy, but you don't have a control on
What they are sending out.
yeah, the email.
No, once you do this, then you're gonna send out from here as well. So you're gonna use everything on this side.
So I'm guessing, like a lot of exchange documents don't use it. Since it's more work, like what am I?
No, the big companies, they use it. Big companies, they would use it, and you're right, not a lot of companies are using it. But the big companies, they are using it because they have multiple organizations under one company. But if medium to small companies, they are mostly one company, so they don't use it. So guys, this is accepted domains. In accepted domain, you must understand that if the required domain that you are supposed to receive email, if it is not under this, then you won't be able to receive emails for those.
Before we go to rules, can you have one liner for internal and external?
Okay. Internal relay. Oh, before internal relay. MX record.
Yeah, that's important.
Guys, MX record, did we discuss that in DNS? In DNS, there is one record that is known as MX record. And it stands for Mail Exchange Record. It is Mail Exchange Record. Guys, Mail Exchange Record is always used over the internet. Mail Exchange, there is no requirement for MX record inside your organization. In this complete organization, you have no use of MX record. MX record is only used here at this point. Internet. Now, MX record is a record. MX record is a record that would direct all the emails to your domain. Without MX record, emails cannot reach your domain. So basically, MX record, this record. So if you need to receive emails for all three domains, if you need to receive emails for all three domains, I'm going to create 3 MX records in my ISP. So in my ISP, whoever is my ISP, so my ISP here is Bell. So I have internet from Bell. So I would call Bell and I would ask them that please create 3 MX records for me. And they would charge me, let's say, 10 bucks a month. And they can create, so 1 MX record for this, 1 MX record for this, and 1 MX record for this. And these all MX record, and since it is a record, guys, what is a record? Record is just a name and IP address. Record just resolves IP address to name. So all these names will be pointing to this ET. So if let's say this ET is 192, 168, 100.199, then all these names will be pointing to 100.199. So guys, MX record, you can write one liner for this. MX record. Exactly. It's a record that directs all the emails to your Exchange organization over the internet. It's a record that directs all emails to your Exchange organization over the internet. So this, without MX record, your company cannot receive emails from internet. Without MX record, your company cannot receive emails from internet. Now, with the same, now how do we understand it better? So with this record, your company is able to receive. Guys, the same thing, Gmail has many MX records. Hotmail has many MX records. Because Hotmail and Gmail are commercial organizations, and all the companies have their MX record. Guys, now let's see how to find out MX record. So let's go here. Let's open on your host machine. Let's open internet command prompt. Just open simple CMD. So open CMD here. Okay. Yes. So here, guys, I need to see all the MX records for Gmail. Okay. So for here, all I need to do, first of all, start this command called nslookup. So open nslookup. So once nslookup is open, guys, nslookup, all you need to do, first of all, let's say at the moment, guys, this nslookup is set to see only A records. So whatever A records in your organization, it would show you the A records here. But at the moment, since you are connected to, since we are all connected to the host machine, and you are connected to the my Bell router here. Bell router. So that this is why it's giving you this IP address 192.168.2.1. This is your internet address. Now let's see. Let's say you want to see google.com. What is the A record for? What is the IP address assigned to google.com? So just say google.com. Now google.com at the moment is registered with all these IP addresses for our region. This is their A records. In the same manner, you can see MSN or live.com or any website. You want to see any website? Let's see gmail.com. Gmail.com is configured with these 2 IP addresses. Now these are just their A record. It's not their MX record. Guys, so by default nslookup, what happened? So which means you're not connected to internet. Are you? you connected to the local CMD. I said on the host machine. So now run NSLOOKUP. Okay, guys. Now, first of all, in NSLOOKUP, guys, NSLOOKUP for all system admins, it's very, very important command, guys. NSLOOKUP, this NSLOOKUP, you should be kind of comfortable, not an expert, but comfortable using NSLOOKUP. NSLOOKUP would help you query DNS without, so normally, most of the time, DNS queries are transparent to us. For example, when the first time we log into a domain, your machine is always going to a DNS server resolving names, right? So this is the only time you would see the queries running. So NSLOOKUP. Now, guys, first of all, it is just showing what type of records? A records. So we're going to change the query type to MX. So we are going to change. So this will be set Q is equal to MX. So set Q is equal to MX. So this means I want to see the query type of MX. Now, once the query type is changed, now you say google.com. So now it is only showing you all the MX records. So this is how emails are delivered from Gmail to your account. So this is how when you send email from your Gmail to someone, or from Hotmail to Gmail, email they're sending from Hotmail or any other account to Gmail, this is where they are received. So this is their MX. Basically, these all, how many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? 5 records, guys. It means they have 5 ETs. You can think of 5 ETs there. For this region, they are using 5 ET. If you do it in any other country, they would have their own MX record. Because this is a huge, big organization. Now let's see Rogers. How many MX records registered for Rogers? Rogers.com. So Rogers.com has these MX records. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4 is their MX record, and you can see them. You can see that they named it in this manner. So they said this is NS2, this is NS3, NS3, NS2. They have different naming here. Guys, with NS record, you can see one thing. With NX record, there is a weight attached to each name. For example, this has the value of 10. This has value of 20, 30, 40. Now, the lowest the value, the first this will work. Higher the priority, exactly. This is the highest priority. So as soon as Gmail, Google.com receive the email, this MX record will be received by this. If this is too much crowded, then the email will be sent to the second one, then third one, fourth one, fifth one. Because they have this is a huge big organization. They have so many guys. Now think of any other company. Let's say Bell is huge. Let's go for some small company. So here I have 2 MX records. Actually only one MX record. So whenever emails are sent to canucks.com, they are received at this address, these servers, ns2550.hostgator.com. So these are the guys in very short terms. MX without a proper MX record, emails will never reach to your domain. So if you can remember visually this diagram here, this MX record are used to send emails to your organization over the internet. Now let's see, you started a new company and you never registered MX record. If you never registered an MX record, guys, your internal emails will work fine, but your external, you will never receive emails externally unless you have MX record. In other words, it is the MX record with which companies would reach out to you. So if an email sent to you from Singapore to your Canadian company, it will be as soon as email is in the internet, it goes to the local ISP, and local ISP, in order to find canucks.com, which exists in Singapore, it will look for the MX record. It would see, oh, does it have an MX record? If it doesn't have an MX record, the email will be sent back to the source saying that this email cannot be delivered. So guys, just remember this. Internally, MX record has no value, but externally it has a huge big value. And as being an exchange admin, you should be very comfortable running the NS lookup and finding the MX record, because sometimes you do need to find MX record for that company. What is their MX record? Do they have a MX record? Do they not have a MX record? So those things. So how do we do that? All you need to do is, again, so here, let me go out of this clear screen. All you need to do is run NS lookup. Run NS lookup, then change the query type to set q is equal to mx, and then check any domain and their MX records. That what are their MX records? Where are they receiving emails? So, and then here you can say this is yahoo.ca. So yahoo.ca are having these MX records. So MX record is mail exchange record. They are registered. This is why, guys, in your test lab you don't have MX record. Why? Internally there is no value for it. MX record. MX record are for external. They are created on ISP DNS. They are not created inside your.
This the top line which is mail exchange record to MTA5 dot. This whole lines are misrecord.
Yeah, this is a complete MX record. In DNS you would just see the name and the IP address, but here it is working. So MX records are like CNAME. This email, whoever reaches this, whoever is sending this email to here, it will be redirected to this server. And from this server is a host record in external DNS, and it is pointing to some IP address. When you create a MX record does not need an IP address. MX record always points to a record. So this is where it is doing. It is an MX record. It is pointing to a record, and a record is pointing to IP address. Yes.
So MX record is always done with ISP.
It is.
Internet service
Yes.
provider. So in this case, VeriSign is the.
VeriSign has no. VeriSign is a signing authority.
Certificate authority.
It is yes, it's a certificate authority, signing authority, but it has nothing to do with MX records.
So why is it when I do rbc.com, why is it giving me their MS name server VeriSign?
So they named it like this. They named it like this, or maybe they are hosting their external DNS is this, but VeriSign is a certificate authority. But and plus maybe they have now a feature of registering MX records as well, or having hosting external DNS as well. So it's just that their external records are hosted with VeriSign, but VeriSign is a certificate authority. Okay. Now guys, let's look at this here. So within, let's go back here. So internal relay. We were writing one-liner for internal relay. Yes.
So, sir, let's say for separate domains, you wait for asterisk, maybe you receive email from anyone.
Yes.
MX records for each company separately, or can you create one for?
No, if you use asterisk, or if you use star.name, star anything, then your acceptance is open to everything. If it is open to everything, you're open to many risks. So for that reason, companies would go for named accepted domain instead of star in this case, because then your company is open to everything. So for that reason, when you are creating accepted domains, stars are not used. Okay, so here guys, internal relay. Internal relay, it's right here basically. If you right click here, let's take a definition from here. Guys, internal relay is email is delivered to recipients in the Exchange organization or relayed to an email server outside the Exchange organization. And this is here, email is relayed to emails outside the Exchange organization. Okay, so this is confusing.
Yeah, you said it's not.
No, actually there is. They have a proper explanation explanation right here at the last sentence. Guys, in both cases, you're relaying email to external organization. In internal, you can say internal relay is used when you are relaying, when you are forwarding, other word for relaying forwarding, when you're forwarding emails for another exchange organization inside your company. So this is inside your company. This is called internal relay. Yes. Yes.
I thought we bought all three companies. So what do you mean by inside?
Because yes, you bought all three companies, but they still have their own names, right? Because you cannot just remove their names because they're all marketing, finance, everything attached to their name. So for that reason, you're still owning them, and you want to have control over it.
The external insurer is a part of the forest.
Actually, you know, these are all three separate forests. Because remember, one exchange organization per forest. So this is actually a new forest altogether. This is new forest. This is another forest. So in your company now, you're dealing with three forests here. These are totally three different organizations.
And those two are on the same network.
You can say they are on the same network, or maybe they're close by. But guys, just overall understanding is internal relay is where you receive everything and they don't have internet connection. In external relay, they do have internet connection, and you forward from internet to internet. This is you forwarding inside. That's the only difference. In both cases, you're not keeping their emails. In both cases, you receive it, send it to them. You receive it, send it to them. So you're relaying it. You're only keeping emails that you are authoritative of. So you're authoritative of Canaf.pri, you're receiving it. Okay. Now here, guys, there is next one which is called email policies. Email policies are mostly used for, so again, one word for policy is control. Now here you can control a lot of things. Here you can control different policies. Now here your default policy is this. Now default policy has no restrictions. Default policy. Now whenever you talk about policy, it has some conditions. It has email addresses, schedule, and completion. Let's see the default policy. My default policy is nothing. It's not set up. And this policy is exactly like if you have ever created rules in Outlook. So you create a rule. So for example, I can create a rule whenever I receive email from yes, move it to a specific folder, or maybe delete that altogether, that email. You can make these rules in Gmail or other commercial email. So for now, there is no email policy, but if you want, you can have email policies in this. But email policies, guys, these are only used for messages, for kind of lower level policies. Guys, the main control, this will still not control your environment, but the main control is here in transport rules. So email policy, will leave it as default. You won't change it, guys. Again, you need to keep that in mind. You need to keep that in mind that whatever you make changes in this will affect your complete exchange organization. So we're not making any policies here to receive certain type of emails and do such stuff with those emails. Keep them, forward them, or whatever. So here we'll leave it to the lowest priority. No policies here.
So in what case do they actually make these rules in the real environment?
In the real environment, email policy is always set to default. You won't use it. You won't. But email policies are like transport rules. So we will use some transport rules.
No, but when you right click it, it says apply, edit, or help.
Yes,
So
it is already applied.
apply?
It is already applied.
So,
It's actually, you know, in this case, it's not applied.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. False means not applied, right?
Let's see. So this is what I'm saying. It's not even used in the real environment. Instead of this, you want users to control their own email. Yes.
Sir, is it possible for you to define transport rules?
Yes, yes.
In a journal?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to define it. So it is applied. I'm not going to apply it. 2 minutes quick break. 2 minutes. Freshen up, freshen up, freshen up.
You don't get schedule.
It's been started up. अगर दूसरी और ये अलग फॉरेस्ट है अलग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है तो तीनों तो खैर है कोई बात नहीं है जैसे कंप्लीट होता है तो दोबारा वो चलाइए अच्छा IS डाल दिया तो अगर ये चल जाता है तो ठीक है वरना अगर आना देता है तो ठीक है जरूरत नहीं है This is from last month. No, that was from last month. The football game. Okay. Would work. External would work. Yeah.
But you would.
Hold up. Hold up.
In a bigger box.
So you're sending it. Okay, you're sending from Gmail to you're able to send to Gmail?
No.
Yeah.
Not yet. So simpler process to send out to Gmail. But here, in order to send from the Gmail to here, you must have
I'm just saying, if you want more base, because that box
You must.
gives it another.
Without MX record, it won't
I
work.
created the connector.
Just the basic
Send connector, but it's still not working.
So internet is here and everything is here. You need to check your submission queue. Ta-da! You were not here yesterday. Ta-da-da-da.
No, we just told about that.
Oh,
Yeah. I just want to others are so like I also know that
Okay, that's fine.
उसके separate certificate चाहिए वहाँ से score चाहिए
yes. Just like Roger cannot offer internet in this compound. We're stuck with that here. So the thing is, I think they have, when this compound was built, they have maybe a huge big lease agreement with Dell, that they would give them a discounted connection, but they are, yeah, it could be. That for that particular area, it's just Tech Savvy and they signed a contract with Tech Savvy. But nobody can come for next 20 years.
So then, because text I'm still using Glasgow, so that's what like my
No, because Tech Savvy is a completely independent company working under, just like Fido and Rogers. So you get Fido connections, but it's owned by Rogers, but then you can't go to Rogers for changing plans. You have to go to Fido. Like timing. So from Tech Savvy. Okay, they are getting from Tech Savvy, and Tech Savvy has a contract from Bell. So actually, it's originally owned by Bell. They subcontracted to Tech Savvy is giving to you. So now when you go back to Bell, they're saying, no, we can't offer it because Tech Savvy owns it.
So what are they using going on?
Tech Savvy, okay, so just like Rogers, Fido, and what is the version? Version is from Bell. No, Verizon. Oh, that's in US. Okay. So I think they won't give us oh yeah, for sure. They subcontracted, so they can do it. Okay, guys, let's start. आज तो मुझे भी नहीं है सर्टिफिकेट भी है
यार वो 313 और 417 का पता है कि वैलिड है मुश्किल है
यार रिसेंटली किसी ने दिया तो नहीं है अभी लेकिन द बेस्ट वे इज टू चेक एग्जाम कलेक्शन क्योंकि एग्जाम कलेक्शन यू कैन एटलीस्ट गेट सम रिव्यूज what people are saying is this valid or not valid
फ्री वाले के प्रीमियम फाइल्स के रिव्यूज भी और प्रीमियम फाइल्स भी बहुत सारे कोशिश से सही नहीं है
so this track 5 and 6 they bought 410 411 412 and 410 is valid now
मैं 410 412 करता हूं
हां
413 और 417 रहते हैं
तो आप उनसे ले लें ओ 410 412 कर लिया आपने
मैंने डिफरेंट कर 640 642
ओ आप दूसरा कर वो तो वैलिड है
ये कह रहे नहीं वैलिड है
नहीं आपने कर लिया ना 640
वो तो मैंने कर लिया मेरे उनमें सिर्फ 413 और 417 रहते हैं
ओके
वो एग्जाम
ओके तो वो आपको वहीं से पता लगेगा रिस्क लेना पड़ेगा ओके गाइस लेट्स स्टार्ट so do we know internal relay for receive emails it's an accepted domain receive emails send it to another organization inside your company you have external relay and it sends outside now here oh yes, 100%. Internal relay won't have ET or any SMTP gateway. Guys, wherever the word ET is, there could be SMTP gateway as well instead of this. Instead of ET, yesterday we discussed that they might have they might not have ET, but they might have SMTP gateway. SMTP gateway receive. Now, guys, transport rule. So let's look at transport rules first. So right click on this new transport rule. Now in this transport rule, as you can see that in this transport rule there are three things here. There is conditions, actions, exception. So in transport rule there are conditions, acceptance, action, exceptions and action. So here let's look at this transport rule. Guys, example of transport rule is this. Example of transport rule. So transport rule. So how did I get there? I just got here by going on to this tab called transport rule, and right under transport rule I just selected new transport rule. So just say new transport rule and it opens. Let's understand it first. Let's understand it. Guys, let's say everyone let's say everyone let's sing. Why would we sing? Okay, here. A user named RF. Our company needs to spy on him. Yay! Our company needs to spy on him. So spying means that all emails that are being sent and received to this user should, a copy of that email should be sent to another user. And that other user is
हाँ तो वैसे बुरी गल
ये आपने मलिक साहब
ये ज्यादती की है मलिक
साहब को याद बनाया आपने भाई बना दिया
आप कोई और भी नाम को पिक कर सकते
Nasir.
So Nasir bhai is the Thanedar.
Nasir is the person where you need to send that email. But guys, remember, everyone, look at this. Guys, you're doing this on organization level. So which means this is not on server level anymore. This is on organization level. So which means this rule will apply to all the emails that are being sent to your organization. So any rule that you make here, and your domain is ready to accept those emails, everyone, when your domain is accepting those emails, then on those emails you can apply transport rules. Yes.
But you can also do that on the server.
You can also do that on server level.
And if you do it in the organization level, it only applies to those users.
If you make rules like these. If you make rules like so guys here. So a user, it might not have been spying. It could be a huge big executive wants to forward all his emails to another account. Okay, so maybe this executive has another account. Or maybe it could be this is your help desk support mailbox, or this could be your help desk support mailbox, and you need to forward all the emails that are received here to the manager of that department. So guys, this is where we make transport rules. So this is one type of transport rule. So when you create this rule, transport rules have three things. So transport. So guys, remember the word transport. It is all related to transport. So meaning the emails that you receive that are in transit being sent from one mailbox to another, being sent from internet to your organization. So these rules will apply to the transport. So one-liner for this is transport rules are used to apply some rules on emails that are in transit. So the word is transit. The emails that are in transit, transport rules applies to those emails.
So I used to apply some rules.
So transport rules
that are applied on emails in transit.
Excellent. Rules. What is that? Well, it was the best one-liner. What was it?
Rules that are applied on emails in transit.
Excellent.
So like for this, I guess the sales companies that
It could be anything.
like
It
people
could
are
be.
requesting
I mean,
for a quote,
yes.
different agents there.
Yes. So it can be from anywhere, guys. It can be from anywhere from spying on someone to marketing, HR, financing, wherever you need certain type of email being redirected somewhere else. Maybe you want to receive some email and directly delete them. So these are of rules. Now in rules there are three things. This rule need to meet a condition. So condition in this case is recipient. So in to field you must have the word rf@canis.local. So the email address, the user's email address. So my rule is saying that in to field whenever there is rf@canis.local. So and then the action. So then you can have action. So action will be forward it to Nasir. So two things: condition, action, and then you can have some exception. So your exception is if there is a word personal in their email, do not forward it. So exception is receive all emails, but if this email has certain word inside, then don't forward it to Nasir.
So could that be in condition too?
So
I mean, it can be in condition as well, but this is exception. Exception means, yes, condition is saying all the emails that are sent to RF, forward it to Nasir. But then if there is a certain word inside, so that could be a word, that could be something in a subject line, that could be somebody in CC. If another person is in CC, do not forward it. So exceptions are those will be applied to all collected emails based on this condition. Okay, let's say based on this condition, you received 100 emails, but among 100 there are 10 emails that has the word personal. There is a word personal. So if there is a word personal, these 10 emails won't be sent. So exception is only applies to conditions when all emails are gathered. So guys, this is why when you create a new transport rule, there are three things here. So one is condition, actions, exceptions, create rule. Guys, let's create a rule because we have in our environment we have three users. We have Ali, and we have administrator, and then we have one other person. So we are going to test this rule and see that if it is working.
Exceptions apply on the text of the message, right?
No, exception can be anything. Text of message, subject, email size, or attachment. It can be anything that is inside that email. So now once we create it, we'll see what are the exceptions. So here, let's create a rule for, so we can say transport rule tr MLE. Because we all have MLE in our environment. So let's create a rule so that we can test this out. So I'm creating the rule for MLE. So MLE tr. Now it is very, very important to name it properly because in organizations you might have 100 rules. So it's important to just properly, and in comment section you can also write more details.
They also give you a legend of how they've named the previous one, right?
They also give you a legend here within this?
No, like in a real environment. Because you can't just come in as a new admin.
No. Yes, for sure. First of all, you'll be trained in their environment. So here, guys, first of all, the thumb rule here is whenever you create rules like these that start controlling something, so you're controlling now, you're trying to control this person's emails. So maybe your rule is trying to delete them. Maybe your rule is trying to forward it. So guys, to start with, just to be on the safe side, do not enable the rule. Because as soon as it is enabled, it will start working. So this is first thing. Now, once you are on this, second one, condition. So here in condition, you see a lot of conditions are here. So here, I just want to have sent to people. So in people, I can go into people and say, okay, add. And you can see there is a variety of things that you can do with this. So here, let's see, I'm going to look for, it's just loading, MLE. So MLE is here, you just selected MLE, send. So the rule is based on this person, any email that is sent to this person, and next. Here, what do you want to do with this? We want to, you can prepend message subject with a string. So this person won't even know that you changed their subject line. Or apply message classification, or append disclaimer text message, or you can do set the spam confidence level, or you can remove header, or you can do a lot of things with this message as soon as it is received inside your organization. This is how powerful transport rules are. And in this, then here all we need to do, forward the message to address for moderation. You have redirect the message to address, and you can redirect his all messages too, with the exception to words. So he won't even know that he's not receiving emails because Nasir is receiving his email. So so here in this case, we are going to say it is forward the message.
Redirect, no?
Actually, redirect would completely redirect.
Or what it would go to.
Okay, copy the message to address. So copy, and we'll write here Nasir. So in my case, I'm going to say, so just another person from your company. Just select another person so we can check that if it is working. So I just said copy the message to. And next one is exception. And exception is that, so except when the message is from, so here I'm going to say except if the message is from administrator. So I'm going to say if the message is from administrator, do not forward that message. So now you see.
So you select to accept when the message is
from administrator. So this is my rule now. Yes. So it's right here, guys. It's right here. I said whenever messages are to RF, send it to Nasir. Except if the message is from administrator, do not send it to Nasir. Very simple. So done. So make it and then log into both mailboxes. Send email to RF or send email to MLE. And check. Oh yes, enable it as well. So can finish, and I think right click on this. Right here.
Except for except for from वही है ना पेपर में वही देंगे ना मिस्टर के ईमेल
यार ये देखिए कोई सा भी नहीं ये तीन चीजें guys here you have it condition action exception so condition is whenever it is sent to Ali send it action is copy to Nasir and except if it is from administrator do not send it to Nasir except is this simple.
Okay, so can I send an email from administrator?
Just send it to, but when you send it to administrator, to Ali, it won't be sent to Nasir. So send an email to, let's say, from M. Ali to M. Ali, and the copy will be automatically sent to Nasir.
How do we enable that?
Exception is just saying, so do you understand the first two?
Yeah, I think that first one.
So वो बन जाएगा सुराजी
Oh, it is
इस तरह
from people. It is except from first one. It's just the first one.
Yes, sir.
And then add administrator and the people. No, go to people. And guys, open OWA. Open OWA, send a message. The exception is the first one. Yes, from people.
ये ना तो मॉनिटर नहीं क्लास के हैं
आरिफ नाम है
ये तो मॉनिटर बन गए क्लास के हैं इनको एक मूवी दे देना वो नहीं होता वो जो क्लास में होगा डंडा होगा था हाथ आगे करो है आपको ठीक है
मोहम्मद अली सर
ठीक है आपके बारे में समझिए दोबारा बोले
who will send to Muhammad Ali?
MLE will send to MLE and then will send it to the other account.
Mali will send the email to Mali.
And the copy will be sent to Ali. Charlie. And send it to any other person that you can access. Maybe yes. So this is the copy will be sent to Dahil, and then okay, and then next. Exception for first one. Exception you're saying yes, send all copy will be sent to Dahil, but not if the email is from administrator. Don't send a copy. So this is just except. So here.
Who did you add the copy to?
Administrator.
Which email account did you add?
Huh? So you saw a copy?
Yeah, copy from
And it says transportation.
थोड़ी एक्सपीरियंस क्या हुआ कौन सा पासवर्ड है बस एक ही पासवर्ड है
आपके नाम
आरिफ सुहेल 1 सॉरी
Okay, so
And here we have Batman, Billy Bob.
so Batman,
क्या यार ये तो मुझे काट के तो मेरा ख्याल था थोड़ा सा कुछ और ज्यादा वो
टाइम लगेगा
नहीं मेरा मतलब ये उल्टा उल्टा क्यों हो गया
Sorry, which icon
Oh yeah, the board is closed. Yes. It's closed.
I'm not going to call it.
no, I'm just doing that. So, like, I sent an email.
A copy should be sent to Billy Bob. But when the email is sent from here, this time, that copy won't be sent to this person. यार ये डिसेबल है
साले तुम्हें ईमेल इसके ईमेल का पासवर्ड बताओ आरिफ का
फुल आपका
साले तुम्हें ईमेल का पासवर्ड चाहिए आरिफ का जीमेल का हॉटमेल का
अब ट्राई करें
मुझे समझ नहीं आया। ये जो मैंने रूल बनाया कॉपी द मैसेज टू एम अली
No, this is not a rule. So एक सेकंड आपके पास कंडीशन तो है ही कंडीशन आपकी ये है कि जब भी ईमेल सॉरी जब भी ईमेल इस बंदे को सेंड की जाएगी ना तो उसकी एक कॉपी इसको भेज दो So let's see. We are saying creating a rule that whenever there is an email sent to Malik Saab or say it. Whenever email is sent to this person in your company, so let's say somebody is sending email to this person. You're saying a copy of all emails will be sent to my wife. Copy of the email. But if the email is from administrator, then don't send a copy. So that's finish. Now just do this. Log into Syed Heather. Log into Syed Heather and send an email to Syed Heather and check MLE. Log into MLE and Syed Heather and then log in. What? No. Just need IP. You just need that. Now, if it is not available, you don't need internet because you're accessing this locally. Okay, so let's go here and try to. You're saying that mailbox is not available? Yes. Wait, which mailbox? My mailbox. And your mailbox you're referring to? This one. So this one is not available. Try. Domain name. It says domain name. Maybe that's the name.
यार
गुलाब खान से लॉगिन करें
Billy Bob का भाई वो पेशावर में है।
अब मैं एस हैदर करूंगा किसको
ये लिखा नहीं है Billy Bob।
राजर खान एस हैदर से किसको करना
सोच क्यों नहीं रहे आजा प्लीज नहीं लड़ने के मूड में नहीं आपको कॉफी चाहिए
ब्रेक चाहिए ब्रेक
यार ब्रेक क्या है यार ये ब्रेक
नहीं ब्रेक तो चाहिए ऐसे
कदम यहाँ पे बाद में रखते हैं ब्रेक पहले
ब्रेक तो चाहिए ऐसे 3 बजे 3 बजे चाहिए
You can, but it's not required. अच्छा मैं आपको बताता हूँ क्या चाहिए guys done? Okay, excellent guys. So transport rule, just understand one more time. Transport rule has 3 things to configure. Transport rule has condition, action, exception. Now exception is not required. If you don't need it, exception is not required. Transport rule, guys, will be applied to all emails that are sent to your organization. As soon as this hub receives that email, it will apply the transport rule on this. Now, companies might have different type of transport rule. Let's see that for a moment.
So, sir, how to apply the rule on a group of people, like department?
So, by condition. So, transport rule will be created, but for that particular department in 2.
When you click add, you just choose a group.
Exactly.
Sir, if you forward someone email to someone, is it legally?
What? What?
If I am a company, my email goes to my manager.
It's not allowed, but guys, no. Hold on. What they say is, when you are an employee of some organization, Your everything that is in the organization is owned by them. So within the contract, they have that clause. They can access each and everything from their own computer at any time.
Okay. So yeah, they make you sign it.
But it's not legal for user to user. So you, as an Exchange admin, you should not be able to.
Sir, I got it.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. यार मेरे देखा ये जो गैप है ना, ये गैप जो आपने यहाँ पे लगाया हुआ है, गैप लगाया हुआ है आपने.
अब हर एक के साथ इस बात को घुमा रहे हैं, दूसरे से आपकी भी सबसे बड़ी टेंशन है आपके लिए. अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
आप मेरी क्लास ले रहे हैं, अभी एक और बंदे ने अभी क्लास ले ली है. नहीं, आज इनके पास ब्रेक के बाद नहीं यार. हाँ नहीं उसमें कुछ नहीं कह सकते, लेकिन आज इनके पास एक बहुत अच्छा शेयर है.
आप बातें करके ना उसको ये आपको अपने साथ बुलाएंगे ताकि आप उसके बारे में दोबारा बात करें. नहीं
यार आप ऐसा करें, इरशाद फरमाएं यार.
मैं आज सुबह लेट आया, मैंने रुपए पढ़ के
यार अच्छा
मैं कह रहा थी मादर दे नाल तू कह के भी मैंने ना दिता रुपया.
अच्छा जी.
तू कह के भी मैंने ना रुपया दो और ना सुन भैया, आज तो बात तेरा नाम था मैं सुरैया, शाम फिर तेरे
क्या यार सुरैया नाम
रुपया 10 है तेली.
खावे सारे जिंदगी खट्टा खमीर.
वाह जी वाह.
तेरा नाम जिस रखा ज़हीर वो सी अल्लाह दा फकीर.
अच्छा जी.
बेसिकली है बेज़मीन.
यार ये बड़ा इंग्लिश आदमी है यार, किसी में भी शेयर बना दो यार.
अपना पंच है ना जी, उसके बाहर आ रहा है, उसका पंच बाहर आ रहा है.
जिंदगी ऐसी बेची ना तेरी झलक,
तो
तू कदे भी ना पहुंचेगा फलक, लेकिन फिर भी तू जिंदा रहा मलक.
यार मार तुम पहले मजीद ना करो, मार दो कर लगे ना वे तुम चुप कर जाना.
No.
कितने शेर पिंजरे में बांध करके नहीं.
हमें भी कुछ और मिलना चाहिए जी.
अब सर के ऊपर भी कुछ समझ.
खबरदार कोड पूरा कराना है कि नहीं.
ये यार साहब तुझी पे रेसिस्ट हो यार. सर क्योंकि आपका गुस्सा कर रहे हो, थोड़ी टेंशन क्या है. नहीं यार लेकिन एक बार मुझे आपने पहचाना कैसे ये प्लेस हो गया.
So guys, right after transport rule there is general rule. Now general rule. No, just a quick thing. Guys, general rule, we already saw a general entry before. Anybody remembers from the previous classes what is general?
Yes.
Where we saw it? What was it?
General.
No. General recipient, no. Guys, general was when you want to have all your emails sent to somebody. It was part of a server configuration. When on Exchange server, in Exchange server properties, remember, let's go back to this mailbox.
A copy of each mail will be sent to the account.
Oh yes, you're right. Okay, if you mean that, yes, that is right. And actually this is right here, guys. When you go into any database under mailbox, so under mailbox, you right click and go to any database property. And in this you have general recipient. Now that general recipient is whoever user is configured here in browse. If I go say add administrator here, so a copy of all the emails that are sent to this mailbox database will be sent to administrator. So that is for a copy of everything. So this is a general entry. And then based on, now this is you're doing it based on a database. Now in this database, let's say there are 5,000 users. So you can think of the amount of emails that you will be receiving in this account. So to all the emails that are sent to this database, because in one database you have many mailboxes, right? You have many mailboxes in one database. So a copy of all those emails will be sent to this account. But guys, if you don't want to go with this option, why would you not go for this option? Guys, you don't want to go with this option because the amount of emails that will be sent to administrator will be huge because you're setting that up on a database level. And if you want to set the same rule up on an individual level, we do it in general rules. So in general rules, we can set that up. That a copy of all the emails that are sent to RF sent to this other person. Now we created the same effect by using transport rule, but there is a special for general entries. There are special for general rule. Now transport rule is open to everything. Now in transport rule, you saw the number of conditions there were there and number of actions you can do. In general rule, you have less. You have mostly it is about the copy of all certain emails sent to a certain person. Let's check this out. But I wanted to show you that on a database level, you can have general recipient as well. But if you do it on database level, then administrator will get a copy of all emails from all mailboxes in here. So I'm going to disable this.
Is it from all mailboxes or the same mailbox?
All mailboxes.
Because technically we're just doing it on this mailbox, right? We're changing the properties.
You're just saying here general recipient is as soon as you select anything. So here it doesn't say what type of general recipient is this, but based on exchange, this is the person who will receive a copy of all the emails that are sent to this database.
To this database?
Yes.
To this database, right?
Different database then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
It's just this database. You're right.
It's on database
Yes.
level.
It could be any account.
It could be any account, not only administrator, it could be any account. You would create a special account called general recipient so that everybody knows that this is a general recipient, and this mailbox will be huge. Why? Because it is getting copies from. Now,
You can also choose the scope, it says.
where in mailbox?
Internal.
Here?
Back where
Oh, back to this. Yes,
But
in
this
this.
is always done on database level.
Yes.
only from if you go to the organization.
Yes. So in this case, you go more granular on this, and you can have the rule name, then send to this person. So you can add a person called administrator or a Nasser or M Ali. And what do you want to do? All messages or just internal messages or external messages or general messages to this this email address. And you enable that too. So you see, you have some more settings here if you need to have them. Again, it is based on company policy. If they want to keep such type of configuration in there, based on privacy laws and everything, now they can do this. So this is a general rule.
So if we were to say a one-liner for that, it's basically a copy of an email point to
Excellent. General rules are used, yes, are used to send a copy of all emails to a certain account, to a particular account. Copy of all emails to a certain account.
So even when you're doing it at off transport level,
Yes.
is it going to be on some specific database?
No. This is now done. So that's another thing. This rule will be applied to all the messages regardless of whichever database it is going. Let's say in your company you have 20 databases. It's regardless of that. The other thing we saw was just database level.
So it's on hub transport.
It's on hub transport. who is receiving everything, and not only one hub. This setting will be configured on all hubs, because this is one setting that will apply to your all hub servers.
But also, what if
All hub servers, yeah.
Yes.
So, no, you go.
If you select
Yes.
general messages for recipient,
Mhm.
if you select that's for only recipient.
Yes, it's only for recipient. So this is why you're doing it. You have some level of control. What do you want to do? Which emails do you want to track? So those things.
So how come when you select that for recipient, how come the scope thing doesn't gray out?
It's not grayed out.
Where is the scope?
So name.
Journal message to recipient.
So hold on. Let me say a rule. Let's say it's JR1, and here send general reports to email address. So administrator and
Yeah, no.
It says general
Yeah,
reports.
click down. Yeah, that one. How come everything else up top doesn't gray out?
no, because this is the scope and this is general message for the recipients.
That's separate.
So this could be
This is
so
just a message.
this is send general reports to email address.
So this is probably
Oh, I got
something
it.
that this.
Never mind.
What is it? What is it?
So
What is
I
it?
can explain that.
Yes, what is it?
I think it's a rule that is gonna send a message to the recipient that the copy of this email is going to that person.
General. Oh yes.
It says general reports to email address.
Is that what recipient?
It's a reports, not.
No, it says.
You're saying-
where the recipient belongs, right? If the recipient belongs in global.
If it's going to that recipient, then
Yes.
it will forward.
Yes.
Okay.
So guys, first one is just a report. This is just a report, and this is the actual message. So here where the actual messages are going. This is just a report that how many messages and what is being sent there.
Are we trying this room or?
We'll just create this rule and done. Later on, we can send email and see that if administrator is getting those. Guys, the next one here is send connector. And send connector, just a quick definition, and then we'll go for a break. Send connector. Guys, just like accepted domain, if you do not have an accepted domain for a certain name, your organization cannot accept messages. If you do not have an accepted domain, your organization cannot accept it. If you do not have a send connector for the remote domain, your organization will not send it.
This is more connect.
This is for sending emails. This is for receiving emails. So accepted domain for receiving emails, and send connector is for sending emails. By default, there is no send connector. So we can say send connector, it is used to
Outside of your organization, right?
to send emails to other exchange organizations. To other exchange So it is used to send emails to other exchange organizations. It is used to send emails to other exchange organizations. Now, so send connector. Without a send connector, you won't be able to send emails to other organizations. Now, based on book, based on exchange documentation, we don't see a send connector, but there are implicit send connectors inside Exchange that works between hub to hub. So there are invisible send connector inside your organization. So basically, if you have, so let's say here, there is a send connector. So I would say this is a send connector 1, and there is a send connector here as well, send connector 2. Without a send connector, this hub cannot forward email to other places. Now, as you can see, there is no, so based on Exchange documentation, it says there are implicit send connector configured inside Exchange that we cannot see. and with those exchange send connectors, you can have internal email flow. This is why when M. Ali or Arif sends email to Nasir, they're using implicit send connectors. So there are invisible send connectors there. But here you don't see anything. Let's say now when you have win.pri, this is win.pri. So for win.pri, we made an accepted domain. Now the second thing we're going to do here is create a send connector for win.pri. Because whenever Nasir sends an email to Arif who is in win.pri, with this send connector it will be sent out. So without a send connector to win.pri, your organization won't be able to send any email. Now when you create a send connector, first of all, it is created on Hub. On organizational level. Now in this, you're just saying that now we have send connector. So I'm going to say this is a send connector. That will be sent to the hub of, this is win.pri. And this was canaps.pri. Now, if you have another hub within your own organization, there is a send connector, but this send connector is hidden. So this is your own organization. This send connector is already there. This send connector is known as implicit send connector or invisible send connector. But when you need to send email from your hub to the hub of win.pri, you must have a send connector. Guys, when it comes to a send connector, when it comes to what? When it comes to a send connector, we can create a send connector totally based on star, totally based on static. Now here, what we can do is totally. What? Static is somebody's name? No. Okay. Here. So here, guys, just few more minutes. I know the break time. So here, just few more minutes, guys. So here you have that static status or whatever star. Guys, here if you use a name, then it will be only for a specific domain. But in this case, guys, here what we'll do, we'll create a send connector and then use a star inside. Star means that whatever mails are sent to whoever, just forward those emails. So in this case, we can create a send connector for TRI and star. In both cases, email will be sent out. Guys, in other words, send connector is actually a gateway in your company. So when emails are ready to be sent out, they have to find a door outside your company, and send connector is that door. Now, there are doors inside your company between hub to hub. So you have one hub here and second hub here. They have implicit or invisible send connector, and they automatically forward emails between each other.
Can
so
implicit ones be modified?
No, it cannot be modified. It cannot be modified. It cannot be reconfigured.
But if you create a new,
you can even see it. Yes.
but if you create a new one, will that override the implicit one?
No, it will never.
Set certain conditions.
It has nothing to do with your internal email. Guys, for internal email, guys, everyone, your internal emails, you have send connector, invisible, they are sending emails. But when you have to send email from this organization to that organization, we need to create a send connector. And this is why I said it is used to send email to other exchange organizations, not to your exchange. You already have invisible send. So in this case, you have send connector SC1, which is send connector 1. This is SC2. So this is send connector 2 here. This is 3. So 2 is specially for this. If anybody from your organization sending email to Ali at win.pri, then the email goes to Hub, and Hub will decide, oh, this is for win.pri. Do I have a send connector for this? The next question is, now looking at this diagram, and we're going for a break in 2 minutes. Here, guys. Just looking at this diagram, let's look at this now. So here, let's see where is the send connector. So send connector is sitting right here at the end. So when the email's sitting in submission queue, yes. When the email are sitting in submission queue, they are ready to be delivered either internally or externally. When they are delivered internally, there is no send connector. Why? Because those are invisible.
There is.
There is invisible connector, but it's not shown
You're
here.
not gonna see it in your.
Even in configuration, you won't see it. But for external, you do have SMTP send connector, and that connector is for sending outside. Guys, most of the time we set it up to a star. So you would say that any domain, any emails that are not for inside, you will send it to outside. Let's quickly create one, and then we'll go for a break. So, yes. So guys, here all you need to do, right click here and then new send connector. So once you say new send connector, we'll name it, this is for win.pri. This connector is for win.pri. And there are types of this. You can have internal, you can have internet, you can have partner. So guys, these are all the send connectors. So this is internal, internet. So internal is understandable. Internal is that you want to send emails from within your organization. Internet is you're sending it outside, external. Partner is when it is still external organization, but that company is your partner company. So in that case, you have to have certificate communication between two companies. So in this case, we are going to go with custom. We'll leave it as is.
Not internet.
Oh, actually, we'll go with.
No, we have to go with internet.
Internal. We'll go with internal.
Internal?
Yes.
Why not internet?
Internet is external.
Yeah, so we have to is external.
But you can do internet again.
Okay, internet. It is internet. Okay, internet.
You need your other server ready for that.
Yes, you're just creating a send connector at the moment. So guys, internet, and next here, now you need to put in the address space. So now this is saying that what domain name is this for? I can put in win.pri. We can put in win.pri, or we can put in star. If you use star here, it means that although this connector is just for win.pri, but it will work for all of them.
For everyone.
For all the emails that are being sent out.
So what is cost?
The cost is, priority. If you have more connectors, if you have 4 or 5 connectors, which connector should it use? So here, we'll just go with star and next. And in this, we are going to use DNS for name resolution. So do not use route emails through we don't have a smart host. Now, smart host is just saying, since this is a internet, we selected internet, although it would have worked with internal as well. It can work with internal, it can work with internet. But since we said internet, it's just saying that which smart host do you want to use to send emails out. So this is why I didn't select a smart host here. Just give me 2 more minutes and we'll go for a break. Just 2 minutes. And that 2 minutes, okay, just sit. Honestly, 2 minutes. Here. Guys, let's understand. If I would have went with this option, what is the option? What is it saying? Route mail through the smart host. So it's saying whenever an email is destined outside win.pri, send that email to this smart host, which is ET. ET acts as a smart host. Yesterday we discussed that instead of ET, you can have a smart host, you can have a SMTP gateway. It's just saying whenever email comes to me for win.pri, this guy is saying, whenever email comes to me, send it to ET, and ET will decide should it go outside or not. But in this case, we are saying no use DNS MX record. So just select the first option. We don't have a smart host, that's why we cannot send. If we would have had a smart host, all you need to do add the IP address of that ET. But in that case, we don't have it. So you need to select first one and then click next. So first one, next. And here it's just saying that, Okay, so what is your source exchange server? Our source exchange server is the main server that we have, and next, and done. So now our send connector is ready. Now guys, all you need to do is, so let's look at big picture here. Guys, big picture is that at the end of the day today, we need to send email from a user sitting here, M. Ali, to a user sitting here, who is, let's say, John at win.pri. Now, you should be able to send email from here to here. Now, let's look at big picture. In order to send email from here to here, you must have, we made an accepted domain here. We also made a send connector. So we have a send connector that can send out to PRI, and we also have XN. You need to do the same thing on this side as well. On this domain, you need to create an accepted domain for CANAPS here and a send connector to CANAPS. So you need to do the same thing on your other side, so that when this email goes out from here, and other than this, then we just need to do one technical thing, then this will start working. So from Exchange, this is what we need to do. Accepted domain for win.pri here, send connector for PRI here, and in this, accepted domain and send connector for CANAPS. All you need to do is this.
You're going to do the same thing on both.
Same thing on both, but for the opposite domain.
Yeah.
So accepted domain for CANAPS and send connector for CANAPS. Sorry, this is Win. And on this side, this is accepted domain for CANAPS and send connector for CANAPS. Once this is done, then one last thing what we'll do is, we'll just redirect, we'll just have forwarder in DNS. Forwarders, we create forwarders in DNS. In this DNS, in Active Directory, in DNS, we forward all the queries for win.canaps to this one, and we'll create a forwarder for this domain here.
Do we need that?
You just create forwarders and it starts working.
We do need the forwarders, or we can do without
you
them?
can have conditional forwarders or forwarders, any one of them.
Without those, this won't work.
Huh?
Without the forwarder.
Yes, without minimum forwarder, it won't work.
It won't work.
In real environment, you don't need forwarder. In real environment, you need MX records. In real environment, here we are using forwarders because we are not going outside on the internet. We have both domains in the same network. That's why we are using forwarder. But if this would have been real environment, then here we need to have MX record for all these. So this would send it to MX record. From MX record, it goes here. Okay, guys, let's go for a break. And right after the break, we'll start with this project, and then we'll work with this. So here I have two organizations. We have one organization in here, and the second organization here. Wint, this is second organization. Now in both of the organizations, my exchange is working fine. Guys, in order to do anything, mail flow or anything, make sure your basics are fine. If your basics are not good, your exchange is at one side not working, it won't work. If your simple pings are not working, it won't work. If ping is pinging to a wrong address, it won't work. So guys, as you can see, these all applications now you're on advanced layer. What is advanced layer? Advanced layer is VMware, Citrix, Exchange, SCCM. They are all above basics. So your basics should be 100% working. Your network should be working, your IP addressing, name resolution, everything, on top of which this second layer works. So as being a system admin, you should be vigilant of both type of settings, your basics and your advanced. Now, since I checked my basics are working, in my case or in your case, I would suggest doing basic things in your network so that when you see mail flow errors, you are 100% that there is no basic issue. For example, what is in basic? In basic, will be following our standard procedure. Standard procedure is your firewall should be off. Your network should be properly configured. It is pinging both ways. And then here it is properly named and everything. So as you can see, this is my environment. This is my exchange Wint. And this is my exchange CANAPS. Now, in order to send emails, guys, before I do the send from each other, I would first do an internal mail flow test. So do not directly jump onto advanced level and start sending emails, because this would confuse you. So do a basic internal test. So how do I do a basic internal test? I would just log into one of the OVA clients here. So I would log in locally with one account. So let's say I'm going to log in with one account here, and I'm going to log into a local account in here as well. So in here I have administrator account. So on this network I'm going to log in with administrator.
So if I have a user or I'm the main admin group, I can administer the
Exchange. So guys, the question is, if you are domain admin, can you administer Exchange? Yes and no. Yes, if that account is added to the organizational management group. Remember, we saw that yesterday, that there is a special Exchange group for that. If domain admin is added there, then you can manage Exchange. If domain admin is not there, then you cannot manage Exchange, you just Active Directory. In most of the bigger organizations, this is the case. AD admins have no access to Exchange, and Exchange have no access to AD. Yet they're not supposed to make any changes in OU structure and everything, and AD people are not supposed to make changes in Exchange. Exchange person knows Active Directory, whereas AD person doesn't know Exchange. So for that reason, Exchange people are not given access. AD people are not given access to Exchange.
When they're creating mailboxes and users and all that.
In Exchange, but it is done by first level support who have basic access to Exchange.
They have been delegated.
Recipient, remember that group? There is another group, recipient management. So guys, here I have local. So very first test that I would do is to send myself an email. So you need to do the same thing. So send yourself an email. And here I'm going to send an email to myself. Check name. Now guys, let's look at the screen. I know you're all busy in making the environment, although this was the assignment that was given to you first day of Exchange training. You will have time for this, and if you're doing it now, guys, you won't be able to complete it today. So, and in order to become Exchange expert to this level, guys, to this level, you must do this at least 2 times before the next training. So most probably I'm going to use Saturday for Exchange as well if we're not finished, and from Sunday I'm going to start Citrix. So now from here till next Sunday you have 7 days. In 7 days you must be able to do it in two times. This project, all Exchange, yes, you must review all Exchange, but this project for sending email, understanding, drawing it on a paper, and understand it completely. These are 2 organizations. You need accepted domain, you need send connectors and all that. So here I'm going step by step. First of all, check your own environment. So here I'm checking myself. And guys, let's look at the screen. And let me tell you some troubleshooting things here. So here, very first thing, if the user is complaining that my Exchange, my email is not working. So you're sitting with user now, you're sitting on his desk, and you're saying, okay, so this is your mailbox. You're able to log in. What do you mean it's not working? He's saying, as soon as I click new, it's not working. So as soon as you click new, the very first test that I want to do is, when I open this, is the name resolution test. And name resolution is, I would just say MALI and check name. If this check name works fine, it means my Exchange is able to reach out to DNS and resolve this name. Now this name is basically came because this name is being resolved from GC. So in the background it goes to GC. GC has the partial information of all your accounts. But if, for example, it's not resolving this name, let's say, so you're saying you wrote something and now you're saying check names. Guys, this check name switch is very, very important for us Exchange admins. This check name switch is very, very important. If you write any other name and it says no match, No match means either there is typo in this name or this name doesn't exist, or if it exists, then your exchange is not able to reach out to DNS. So there is a problem in name resolution. But if it is able to connect, check this out, it means that your half of the problem is solved, half problem is that you have basic connection to DNS. And next thing is I'm going to do self-test. So do a self-test first. Now once you do a self-test, then it should be almost immediately that your email should be reached, delivered to your account. Now in this, as being an Exchange admin, keep that in mind. It went through the submission service to store driver to submission queue to categorizer, internal email, and then reach back to you. So visualize. We need to visualize, and you need to spend some time sitting somewhere separate and dedicate some time in order to understand these diagrams that we covered in Exchange. So maybe make these diagrams somewhere. And guys, so my self-test to my own account in Canaps is working. I'm going to do the same thing on Vint. So in Vint, I'm going to create a new email. First of all, I'll test my name resolution. So it's opening. At this point, guys, I do not have send connector. I do not have accept connector. So the mail flow across the domain won't work. So here, first self. So I'm going to say admin and check name. And check name should automatically populate this. And I'm going to say self-test. Once you do a self-test, it should be almost immediately, it did everything. So went from submission service to a store driver to a submission queue to categorizer, internal email delivered to your mailbox. So one interview question is, if two mailboxes are in the same mailbox server, if two mailboxes are in the same mailbox server, do they still need hub?
Yes.
And answer is yes. They would still need hub even if hub is sitting outside. So from the same email, it will go to hub. Hub has a transport dumpster, remember? Hub has a transport dumpster that will keep a copy of their email and then send it. In case if anything goes wrong, it can take their email out from dumpster. So this is why all email goes to dumpster. And there is another reason as well why all the emails goes through hub. Because there are transportation rules. Maybe there are some general rules. There are some special rule applies to email. So all emails, regardless of local email, internal, external email, they all go through hub. Now, so self-test on both domains are working fine. Now, second thing is, now before I set up anything, I'll just send a random email to that other domain. I'm not setting up anything. I just want to see NDR and how does it look like in my queues. So here, I'm going to go here, and in this, I'm going to say administrator. Now, in this case, if I resolve, what happens? It gives me my administrator, and I don't need my administrator. I need that other administrator. So in that case, I need to have the complete email address. So Vint dot. Next time it will give you both. Yes. So it can remember, it can cache. So here, test from, yes, I'm going to repeat that, Canaps. So here, if I could have just resolved this, then it will give me administrator of local administrator. But I need to send email to that other administrator, right? So in this case, I won't resolve. I will write the complete email address. So here, again, administrator at win.pri. And now let's do the test. So here I sent the test. Now, as being Exchange admin, you should know once you did the test, it should go to a submission queue and it is ready to be delivered external, not internal. So now who will help you in doing external emails? Send connector. So we don't have send connector ready. And I'll do the same thing on the other one as well. and then we'll go into submission queue and see that if where are those. Sometimes they don't sit in submission queue, NDR is sent and it's gone. So here I'm going to say that here I want to send it to M. Ali, and this is sent to canaps.pri. So from this other domain, I'm sending it to mail from Vint. Send. So here, now let's go into Exchange and let's go to Toolbox and let's open QViewer. And on the other side, Exchange, Toolbox, QViewer. It's already open. I just wanted to show you that I'm opening QViewer. So here, QViewer, if it is empty, guys, let it load. It is loading at this point. It cannot be empty like this. So it should load in few moments. Huh?
No, in what organization?
Both of them. So I'm sending it across. I'm checking queues and both. While this is opening, guys, let's start working on our send connector and accepted domains. So first of all, on Canaps, I'll go to Hub under Organization. First of all, in Canaps, I'll go to Hub under Organization, and here I'm going to go to accepted domain. We already created an accepted domain for this. So first thing is this. I created a accepted domain. Secondly, I need a send connector. So send connector to Vint.pri, we already created it here. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other organization as well. So the other organization, and while I go there, let's see here, it shows me there is one unreachable domain. So this is the email that I sent from Canaps to, Vint. This is Vint to Canaps. And if I see unreachable domain, what is the email? The email that I sent to administrator is now sitting in queue. We have few things we can do with this. We can right click on this and we can suspend it. Suspend means that just leave the email here and retry later. Or I can remove it completely by NDR. So I'm saying remove it with NDR. So I'm going to say this, remove with NDR. At this point, if I go to my mailbox here, I can now see the NDR. Guys, if you have never seen an NDR, NDR is non-delivery report, which is like this. Guys, for us, for who? For us as Exchange admin, this NDR is very, very important because it gives us precise information why message is failing. So if you have NDR in any environment, if you see NDR, you should be very happy to see this NDR because now almost the error message is in your hand. But if you don't have NDR, then you need to do more troubleshooting. Although after this you need to do more troubleshooting, but actually this is directly, it is pointing you towards an issue. So here it's saying the recipient email system isn't accepting messages now. Please retry sending this later. So at this point, this is a message saying that we cannot send to mali@canaps.local. Guys, while doing all this, okay, first do Exchange. So here, just two things required: accepted domain and send connector. I'm going to do the same thing here in this accepted domain and send connector. So on your Vint, so these are the things I need to do on Vint. If you're not following me, write it down. These are the things you need to do on Vint. So in Vint, I haven't configured anything yet. Vint, you need to have a self-test successfully done. If your self-test is successfully done, it's all good. The next thing you need to do is in Hub, first you need to go to accepted domains. In accepted domain, you will create an accepted domain. And what type of accepted domain? Internal relay. Because in accepted domain, you have authoritative, you have internal relay, external relay. So this is internal relay. I'm going to go to accepted domain here. And here, one is already there. Why is there one already there? This is the default one. This is your own domain, which you are accepting email. I'm now creating a second domain. And this is specially for canaps.pri. And here, the domain name. And this will be internal relay. So internal relay, it will be, so you just name it and select internal relay. That's done. Once this is done, you created an accepted domain. Now your domain is ready to accept messages. Yes, for CANAPS in Wint. So I just created. So now you can see this screen. Now you see this. I have two accepted domain, and one of them, actually false and true, it doesn't even matter, because this is your default domain. It's just saying, but both are working. Both are working. This is saying the default domain is this, which is your domain. Now second, the important thing here is this is a domain and it is internal relay, which means it's not your domain. And then the domain name. So, but they are under what? They are under accepted domain. So your domain is ready to accept all emails for these two domains. Other than these two, it won't accept anything. So then the second thing here is, yes.
So authoritative. Can you explain that actually?
Authoritative means the emails that you're authority of, that you can do anything with those emails. Remember that authoritative means that these are my emails. So let's say I have these all emails. So I received one email. Yes, this is my email. I'm authoritative of this email. Now let me run transport rule on this. So if you're authoritative of any message, you can do anything with that message. But guys, if you're internal or external relay, I cannot run any transport rule on them. I have to forward it. So I'm just giving you one example. I mean, in some cases, you can run transport rules on them as well.
Because that term comes in DNS zone,
in DNS as
authoritative
well.
Zone and
no, not in DNS,
not DNS,
in Active Directory. In Active Directory, yes.
Authoritative.
It is authoritative restored, non-authoritative restored.
Yeah, that also. Yeah. Authoritative.
It is only in that.
I thought it was DNS.
Oh, DNS is also authority.
Yeah,
yes, it is also in. But authoritative is when you own something. So this is my own. So this is why. Now, second thing I need to do is send connector. So send connector is used for what? To sending out emails. Now, how does your exchange knows that if I need to keep that email or send outside? It is through send connector. If you don't create a send connector, then it will first try to route it inside, if it can. Now, based on email address, it automatically knows that it is not your email. It has to be sent outside. So I'm going to create a send connector. So send connector, this send connector is basically for canaps.pri. I'm creating it in Wint, so it is for canaps.pri. And in this, it will be an internet connector. Yes, it can be internal as well. Doesn't matter in this case. So here, the only thing matter is what domain names are you sending connector to. So here I can say canaps.pri. This will work too, but I want to keep it star. I want to say star, and in most of the organization you have star. You don't just use a domain name. You would send connector, keep it star. Guys, in sending emails, you're not losing anything. You're just opening it. That whatever mails need to go outside, just have a star for them. So here you would select a star next, and in this leave it for DNS. Now this is a very important point, and after creating this, I'll show you why DNS is important in this. For now, it's saying this send connector depends on DNS settings, however your DNS settings are. So here, I'll just say next. This is your source exchange server. This is my exchange. Now guys, here you see there are many smaller things here, but you see most of the things are default. The only thing to remember, send connector. Which connector? Send connector is acts as a door for your organization. From this door, I'm creating a door saying that from this door now Wint emails can go out. Otherwise, Wint emails will be sent here and put into garbage.
So it depends on the DNS settings.
No,
we choose those options.
Yeah, for now, later on we're going to configure DNS, but mostly for send connector, all your emails are piling up in Hub Transport Server role. Any emails that are for Wint itself, it would say, okay, this is an email for you, give it to you. But if that email is for CANAPS and you don't have a send connector, so it goes right here, oh, I don't have a send connector, garbage. So it will be NDR and saying that it cannot be sent out. So now here, done. So my send connector is done. So now I have two things done, send. Now guys, the most important thing is that both domains should be pingable to each other. Both domains should be pingable to each other by name, not by IP address. Now here, one thing to remember, Exchange is a name-based service. Exchange is not IP-based service. Exchange totally relies on DNS. If your DNS is not working, Exchange will never work. Exchange is a name-based application. So for Exchange, DNS is a backbone. If DNS is not working and not configured properly, your Exchange will go down, and your Active Directory will go down, and your VMware will go down, and your Citrix will go. So you see, DNS is a backbone for everything. So DNS is very, but guys, where DNS is not required, question for you, which places DNS is not required? When you have IP dependency. For example, Cisco routers, they talk IP to IP. Switches, they have more IP settings. So wherever IPs are required, DNS is not required. So as being us system admins, DNS is a very important part for in our application. So here guys, now, so before I even do a test of email, now from each domain, I'll open command prompt. So on both of them, I'll open a command prompt on Exchange server, and then I'll ping the other domain name. So ping, I'm going to say ping. So I'm on Canaps. I'm going to ping Vint. I'm not pinging any specific name. I'm pinging their domain name. Why? Because at the end of their email, it's the domain name. So you're sending administrator at win.pri. If your server is not able to reach win.pri, it will never be able to reach their Exchange environment. So here, so I'm pinging this, and it is not pinging. So it is trying to ping, and let's do the same thing from here. Ping canaps.pri. So in this case, it is pinging, and in this case, it's not pinging. It's not pinging here. Now, guys, it is here where your Active Directory and DNS knowledge is required now. Just on this one point. Now, it is not pinging. Why? Because in Canaps, you have your own DNS, and your DNS has nothing for the other DNS. So now, in this case, you have few options. Now, let's see this here. Let's see this point. So I'm going to create this new diagram here. Now let's see. I have this is my environment, and this is here I have the Vint environment. And in this environment, I have my own DNS. This is canaps.pri, and it's a DNS. It is pointing to itself, whereas I have Vint.pri, and it's a DNS as well. And both are pointing to itself. So the only source of information for DNS is it has its own database, and it has its own database. Now, if you try to ping this one, it will go to its own DNS saying, do you know Vint.pri? The DNS will say, no, I don't know. Who is that? And in this case, it goes, do you know Canaps? It says, no, I don't know. Guys, now in this case, you have few options. Not one option, few options. In this case, you can create a forwarder. So if in DNS, if you remember, I have these options. I can create forwarders. So I can create forwarder. I can also create conditional forwarder.
So these two organizations are linked. There's an internet between them, or if there's internet and
if there is internet, then you need a MX record. So guys, I need forwarder. I need conditional forwarder, or I can have stub zones too. I can have stub zone for each other, or I can also have secondary zone for each other in each other's domain. You see how many options are there? So you can have secondary zone. Now this all works if they are both organizations are in the same network. If they are not in the same network, so here I can say if org not in same network. In that case, your only option is MX record.
If the zone is AD integrated zone,
yes,
then you don't need any forwarder condition forwarders.
No, you still need
them.
You still, because two different organizations.
MX record works for both cases, right? Even if it's not the same network, or even if it is.
MX record? Yes, MX record in both cases, yes. Okay, so let's look at this now. So here, now as being an Exchange admin, guys, this is what we need to understand. So here it says that you have organization number 1. If you're able to understand this point, guys, you will be able to understand lots of mail flow things that are happening in different organizations. So now this is very important for mail flow. Name resolution. The other domain should be pingable by name. Now my question to you is, every day we are accessing Gmail. Every day we are accessing Gmail. If your DNS is not able to resolve gmail.com on your host machine, you will never be able to log into Gmail. So in even our real life, we can, from the host machine, I can ping Gmail. That is why I can log into their website and access their email. So let's ping Gmail. So let's ping Gmail. As soon as you ping, it's pinging to this IP address. So I'm connected to this. Although they have a number of... So DNS is very, very important. So for that reason, guys, in this case, the only thing that I will do now your question will be, which one is the fastest, quickest way in our example? In our example, we're going to create just forwarder. I mean, you can do anything. You can create a secondary zone. You can point a stub zone. You can have conditional forwarder or forwarder. Now I'm going to create forwarder for this. So forwarder for Vint is here, and forwarder for CANAPS will be here. So opposite, same thing. We did accepted domain, we did send connector, and now we're going to create forwarder so that they both can ping each other. So here I'm going to go down. So this will be setting in DNS. So I'll go into DNS, and within DNS I'm going to go here. In order to create forwarder, all you need to do is this. You can go here under DNS on server, not on the zone. So you have zones. Remember that DNS. In DNS, you have zones. Zones can be primary, secondary, stub, and primary can be standard, and then that have records. All you need to do, create a forwarder. Just go here, right-click on DNS server, and from here, just go to properties, and within properties, go to forwarder. Now in forwarder, all you need to do is click edit, and here type the IP address of vint.pri because I am in CANAPS. So you can. Guys, here I would say go make sure if you don't know the IP address. So how do you make sure? I would go to ping Vint, and I would open server manager, and I see the IP address right here. So always verify and do these things. Otherwise you'll be stuck. You'll be moving in circles and circles, doing the same mistake again and again. So here, now here I would just say this, and now it is trying to resolve this. Now I just use IP address in forwarder. In this forwarder is now going to its DNS saying, give me the name, give me this name, resolve IP. Now this DNS will send a query to the other DNS and resolve the name. If you're not able to resolve it here, and it says it is resolved. If it is not able to resolve here, it means it cannot reach the other domain.
Then what do you do?
So in that case, then you will check your basics that if both are on the same network, if all are NAT, if all are on the same subnet, so those things, ping, basic ping. So now here, once this is done, I'm going to go and create the same forwarder on the other side. So this side, go here, go to administrative tools, go to DNS, and within this you would go to server. Within server, right click and go to properties, go to forwarder. Here I already have a forwarder for the other domain. That is why it was pinging from here to there, but not from there to here. In this case, I had a forwarder. Guys, in your case, you might not have it, so make sure that you create these settings. So what did I do? Accepted domain, send connector, and forwarder. Just 3 things. Once they are in place, do you need any other thing other than these 3? Yes, all your basics right here under this. So make sure your all basics are fine. What are basics? Basics are IP address, same network, firewalls off, and they are pinging at least IP address. These are your basic, and then on top of this you do these 3 settings. So once this is done, now let's try our sending email one more time. So I'm going to do the same email. So now send email to, so I'm on Wint. I'm going to send it to M. Ali and test from Wint, and then send. It is going from the other side, and I received it. No, this is not the one. Is it? No, this was the NDR. So let me try from here while I wait for that other email. Guys, one thing that I can tell you is, I mean, this might not work the first time. You need to do few things here and there so here I'm saying test from CANAPS. Let's send. So here the email is sent, and so wait here. This is older email, not a newer email.
Just delete it so it's easier for you to track it.
Okay, yes. So I'm going to delete the old email, and on this one, let's delete this. So although our all settings are fine, we have accepted domain, and so the one thing that I definitely want to see, because firewall kind of tends to just starts working. So see, my firewalls are working. So they, although you stop them, but they start working when you do some domain changes. Then they start working. Here I'm just gonna shut down these all firewalls. So just make sure these basics, and I'm gonna check that out here on this other side. Here it is done. At the same time, now I'll go to my submission queue. Let's see. Actually, in submission queue, I don't see that undelivered. So maybe it is in transit. Maybe it is in transit. Let's see my submission queue here. Here I do see a submission queue. So it's saying.
What about the MX record? Do you need that, or?
In this case, we don't need MX record. So based on this diagram that I just showed you, if organization not in the same network, then you need MX record. So most of the time, MX record is only required over the internet.
So I'm going to show the options for the make just quick.
This more, I mean, this should be on your fingertips. Okay, hold on. Okay, guys, I understand that you had been through lots and lots of knowledge. These are small little things here and there. Now this will come with practice. I'll show you these things. But for now, hold on. But for now, the most important thing is to have this working. You have more important things to do just to practice these other things. These are just creating conditional forwarder, stub zone, and this and that. It's not very important at the moment. At the moment is the main wheel to work. Okay, so first let's get it work, and if we have time, I'll show you. This is not very difficult. Exchange, guys, my mail is stuck here. So even in my here, the mail that is stuck is this. You're too young for this. Yeah, I know. Okay, guys, here. यार इनको फिर आपने शेयर सुन लेना कुछ Guys, we are stuck. We need to fix it. Our mail flow is stuck between two organizations. Guys, this is that tense moment in Exchange Admins Live where mail flow is not working. So basically, you as Exchange admin, you can't do anything other than to fix this. So we need to fix it. You're getting error message?
In the tool, it says DNS connector delivery. And it just says
So here, DNS connector delivery. Yes, it is retrying. So at this point, I'll check my basics. I'll check my basic name resolution. Is it working? So basic name resolution is working. Win.pri is working. Now, guys, since we are doing many changes here, and they involve complete Exchange organization and forest, so they might take few moments. यार ये शेर सोचना बंद करें प्लीज, इसके ऊपर ध्यान नहीं, आप शेर सोच रहे हैं.
वो नमाज के टाइम होती है.
Okay, so it seems like it's gone by itself. Here, it's not gone from here. So refresh. I can retry. I can click on this message that is stuck. I can retry. So when I retried, it is retrying now. Oh, it's gone. Retried. Let's check this out. Not yet. Not yet. So I'm going to check my basics again. So basics in terms of networking, pinging by name, pinging firewall. Yes.
So if you go to your sent folder where you sent it from,
I sent folder.
And you right click on it and go to the delivery report. How accurate is that?
Delivery report. Open delivery report. Let's see.
So it's pinging by name but not with
Huh?
I mean, it's pinging with IP but not name.
Yes, then your forwarder is not working properly.
Try pinging your domain.
Yeah, domain name is not.
Domain name, did you check your forwarders on both sides? And they are, so check your forwarder, and also that if it is pointing to your right DNS. Did I receive this? No.
No, it didn't go.
So it's an NDA. Oh, okay. So look at this. This time it's saying that it tried, but client was not authenticated. Authenticated. So it is, your message wasn't delivered due to permissions of security, which means that it's some issue with the permissions. It may have been rejected by mediator or this. So here,
What about
the other one is still loading.
No, but you.
It's still loading. Oh, it's here. So the other one, it's submitted. It's very accurate. So it's just saying it. So in my case, it's just submitted to submission queue. It's pinging. So just do a test. So now in terms of permissions, what can we see for permissions? Permissions. We can see the receive connector. Remember the receive. Guys, the hub settings we saw under organization, this is for complete organization, and the only thing that exists under server configuration is your receive connector. These are both receive connectors. See, send connector sits under organization setting, receive connector sits under server setting. So for this server setting, let's check as we checked yesterday. It should be set to anonymous. So that's the reason. I think it should be set to anonymous.
Why is the other one not received?
Maybe it is not set up for the other one. Actually, I reverted back.
Oh.
So let's see. Okay, it is set up. It is set up for the right server. Yes, it is set up for the right server. Let's check that again. So I'm gonna do another test. Guys, quickly make your क्या हुआ आपका environment कैसा क्यों बनाए यार, अभी आपके पूरा घंटा छोड़ दिया आपने। क्या
उसके रोल है
एनवायरमेंट? हाँ क्या आपके पास दोनों एनवायरमेंट बने हुए? कौन सा कौन सा कौन सा?
And the other way. Oh, you go to you go to server, under server configuration, you go to hub transport, and then down you see default. Yeah, right click on it. And
So add the feature that could change install करने से पहले हाँ जी ये बहुत सारे फीचर है ना, वो उसकी कोई वो है, एक पावर शेल की कमांड है।
बल्कि इसकी आपने वो लिया था स्क्वायर स्नैपशॉट है, एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी के बाद लिया था
आपने उसी के जरिए किए हैं यार।
बस तो रिवर्ट ऐसे ही अब उस पे सिलेक्ट करेंगे ना, वो रिवर्ट हो जाएगा उस गेट से। जो अभी था ना जितना कुछ भी वो जो आपने स्नैपशॉट ली थी ना,
सर्वर मैनेजर इंपोर्ट मॉड्यूल सर्वर मैनेजर
इसके ऊपर आ गया। लेट्स सी
पहले करना होता, मेरे पास ये लिखे हैं लेकिन ये फीचर कंप्लीट नहीं है।
तो आपने अब ये करना है कि अब आप इसमें जाएं, इसमें आप दोबारा फाइल लोड कर लें एक्सचेंज की। किधर एक्सचेंज? ठीक है, और इसको लोड करें दोबारा सेटअप करें। बल्कि इसमें ना वो प्रीरेक्स डालने पहले, वो आपको साइट पता है ना? It's working now. Where was it stuck? Oh, those anonymous permissions. Good. So
then how do you go further to troubleshoot this thing? Because mine is working one way.
So same thing. There is. I mean, so the second thing is it sitting in queue?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sitting in queue. And what is the error message?
The same one that we were getting, the DNS connection.
So no, go down to so send a NDR to yourself. Just right click NDR and see what is the real error message. You must make it work, and I'll come and see your basics. Try, quick.
Submission queue, which is the DNS query.
Right click, go to the messages, just send a NDR to yourself. See NDR. So right click on that message. Okay, so I got it. So it's sent to M. Ali test from here, and I'm going to reply that from, so this is from Canaps, and I'm going to reply that back. Let's say reply and check it here, and I got it. So guys, so in my case the error was anonymous on both sides. So this is now I'm gonna check your machine. So let's check your machine. In the meantime, start taking the environments, guys. Quick.
Okay, so from here it's going to.
Okay, yeah, I'll come back again. Guys, let's do some. Let's stop here. Let's start a backup of this environment. Let's start because backup will take long time. I want you to have at least backup today so that we can work on this in the next lecture or today. Guys, let's stop here or everything and let's start a backup. So everybody follow the screen on Canaps domain. On Canaps domain, it will be just for 5 minutes. Just will pause on for 5 minutes for mail flow. And here, guys, first of all, add the Windows Server backup feature on your main Exchange server, because we don't have Windows Server backup feature on this. So first of all, let's add the. So how do you add it? You need to go to Server Manager. So go to Server Manager and go to Features. Add feature. Go to Server Manager, go to Features, Add features. and right here at the end, is it a feature? Yes, it's this one. So Windows Server Backup feature. Just select Windows Server Backup feature. So go to Server feature, add the backup, add the feature. If you already have this, just create a new backup for bare metal backup. Just create a new backup. So add the feature. Once this feature is added, it would take few minutes and install that feature. Guys, the idea is we need to simulate a complete Exchange disaster and restore it. So we need to see how to restore Exchange. Now, you cannot take a backup if you don't have a backup feature. So in order to have a backup, what we need to have, we just added this, and then we need to go into administrative tools and go to Windows Server Backup. Once the backup feature is added, then you need to open Windows Server Backup, and within backup, if this feature is added, you would see this screen. If this feature is not added, then you don't see this screen. It would say you don't have the feature added. So all you need to do this time, you need to do backup once. Once you're in here, just say backup once.
On the side panel.
So right here on the side, if you have Windows Server Backup open.
Click on storage. You see where it says storage? And it is easy. Yeah, I don't know. Click there, double click the panel. Okay. Right there. On the right hand side, you see once.
So backup once. And within backup once, we go to different options. And right here, we have two options here, full backup or custom backup. Now, full backup would need full backup. It would take a full backup of your complete environment. We need to go here with custom backup. But guys, here, as soon as you go to the custom backup, because we are going to back up the Exchange, because here we're working as an Exchange admin. I'm more interested in my databases because all my users' mailboxes are in databases. So here, add items. Guys, what we can do is either we can take backups one by one database, or we can just select bare metal recovery. Bare metal recovery will automatically back up everything. It will back up your C drive. It will back up your system. It will back up Active Directory as well. It will back up your Exchange databases. So at the moment we need to start this, but guys, for this you need to have a second disk on this. So bare metal recovery will recover local disk and not the additional disk. Now in the first lecture we added two disks, one for the databases, one for transaction logs. So we're gonna use one of those disks. So not here. So this is what we need to back up. But once you've selected bare metal recovery, then click next, click OK, and next, click OK, and next. And then, yes, just select bare metal recovery, click OK and next. And here it's saying that choose the type of storage for backup. Do you want to backup on a remote storage? Then you would choose this next option. But we are storing it in the local machine on another drive. So in our case, we're just going to go to local drive. So this is our local drive. And here it's showing us, okay, you have two external disks attached to it. So we're going to just choose one of them, and E drive is one of them. So that's the external disk. And we're done and backup. And it will take some time for complete backup. Once this is backed up, then we'll see if we can restore it, make a disaster. So guys, going back to Mailflow, if this is done. I'm going to come to your machines one by one and we'll try and fix it.
And you can do that on a CD there, right?
Hmm?
You can do it on a CD there.
If you have a writable drive. So the option is there, but your CD should be writable, and you should have a CD that is this big. Normally CDs are 4 gig.
Yeah.
So first of all, let's check basic. Say CPM basic. इसमें जाएंगे यही चेक करें दोनों में अपने साइन क्या किया जब तक ये पिन नहीं करेगा ना कुछ भी नहीं करना तो इसलिए पिन छोड़ दे आप सेम अच्छा so you are right show me your DNS service and also who is it pointing to
Yeah.
यदि दो नेटवर्क वाले ना एक ये रोड की वजह से भी प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है और ये आपके डोमेन का नाम ये सर्वर का नाम है सही नाम ये पहले अपने बिगिनिंग में बनाया तो उससे पहले की बनाया अच्छा इसको फॉरवर्ड सेट किया आपने उसको रिजॉल्व करना चाहिए वो बाय आईपी होता है लेकिन ये तो हुआ ही नहीं इसको एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए इसको यहाँ पे यस होना चाहिए किया था इसमें यस अच्छा नहीं और ये बाय
क्या बंद करें
ये वीडियो जो आप चला रहे
कौन सी वीडियो
हैं, ये तो आपने वो
ये
मिनिमाइज
वीडियो
कर ये क्लास में सब नहीं चलता है। Oh man. DNS क्वालिटी इसको छोड़ दें तो होता रहेगा।
अब आप नाम से करें रीट्राई पे राइट क्लिक करें रीट्राई किया बाय नेम और आईपी मुझे दिखाई नहीं करते इट्स नॉट वर्किंग फिर आप चेक करें बाय नेम और आईपी
सर ये तो
जी वो समझ
डीएनएस उसका अपना ही है क्योंकि हाँ वो 199 हाँ उसका अपना डीएनएस होगा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं सेम नहीं है अपना नहीं सबनेट सेम है 100 और 199 है
आईपी एड्रेस जो
इसके जो बताया 100 और 199 है नया जो फर्स्ट आईपी एड्रेस तो सबनेट वही 100 का सबनेट है और डीएनएस भी उसका अपनी ही है तो इसके डीएनएस सर्वर अपना होगा
जो आपके मेन होस्ट मशीन पे है वो
और किसी मेल बॉक्स पे लॉगिन नहीं करना किसी और सर्वर से लॉगिन करना क्योंकि somehow let's say जो उसकी सर्विस है वो उसको लॉगिन नहीं करना चाहिए हाँ ठीक है लेकिन किसी और सर्वर से नहीं ठीक है बिल्कुल या फिर रिसोर्स करना भी फिर भी कोई मेल बॉक्स यार आप ना बोलते हैं डीएमए का नेटवर्क की कभी प्रॉब्लम करता है आपके केस में भी अगर ये ना करे लेकिन वो नाम आपसे कुछ कर रहा है किसी पे करें अब इसको डीएनएस से करना है दूसरे पे भी जाए नाम दूसरे से करना नहीं नाम से भी और इससे भी आप देखें तो होगा यार इसको भी रीस्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा सर्वर को रीस्टार्ट कर लिया तो फिर आप ये करें फायरवॉल देखें फायरवॉल लेवल तो नहीं फायरवॉल नहीं सब कुछ किया अब रीस्टार्ट बने अभी कोई
It didn't work. It didn't actually.
सबसे आसान तरीका यही है रिस्टार्ट करना
नहीं ये एक्सचेंज में वर्स्ट तरीका है लेकिन अगर आप रिस्टार्ट कर लें तो
Sir,
that's your
how
own
does
risk.
IPv6 disabling it affect exchange, or does it affect exchange?
Hmm?
IPv6.
IPv6 can affect anything. It can affect Citrix, it can affect VMware, it can affect anything. But in some cases you do need IPv6.
But at the time of installation, like for installation, yeah.
Yes, some cases you do need IPv6, but we don't use IPv6. Some services need IPv6. So just disable it. Okay, so what's happening?
So it's coming.
It's working?
No. Only one way.
Which way?
So from Canets to Went it's going through. But from Went to Canets.
So show me name resolution from Went to Canada.
And I did the,
No. Not the exchange server, paying just the domain name.
oh, just a minute.
That's